This is turning into a fucking fairly sick place to be. Alright, what's going on, guys? So it's Saturday morning, it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're back at the shed to carry on with this drift build, R31 drift build. So we've got this weekend, next weekend, and then the weekend after that is track day. So I really need to get as much done as I can this weekend. So next weekend I'm just cleaning it, finishing some things off, and we'll be ready. So last weekend we got those primary side skirts painted up, they look good. Got the rear springs cut. Someone did mention to me that yes, I'm aware when you cut springs you lower the spring rate, but I'd say I'm better off with, well, they're 30-year-old springs anyway, so I'm better off with lower cut springs than high non-cut springs. I'm sure it's going to drift better with that stance than up here. So last weekend we got that K-Dub bucket seat in there. In the last few days I've also had this turn up. Got that drift style steering wheel with full on like suede on it. Nice and deep dish, big concave. Got that yellow stripe so I know where straight is. So if the yellow stripe's at the top, you know I'm being a bitch. Also got on the post a matching K-Dub bucket seat. So I'll have two matching in there. And what else turned up? Got this pretty fly looking tow hook up here. So hopefully by the end of the day there'll be a hole cut out and that'll be sticking out the front of the car. Looking pretty sweet. So yeah, the first thing I need to do though, since I cut those springs, is those rear wheels are sitting right on the guard in there. So the car won't actually move at the moment. So I need to jack it up, take that wheel off and flare or roll the inside of those guards with a hammer. Alright, so I got that wheel off. Here is the lip right there. So that lip there, fucking got camera in my hand, grinder. That lip there, I'm just going to go through it with the old cut off wheel. Cut a little slit there, there, all along there, couple of slits, and then use a hammer and just whack it back a bit. Alright, well, that was pretty easy, but it has done a little bit of, you can see a little bit of damage there, just slightly around the guard, but that was to be, couldn't be avoided, and maybe later on we'll get a guard roller and actually like flare these right out, but as you can see, no more lip. Alright, so I've rolled this side, or I wouldn't say rolled it, but I've bent the inner lip up in. It's pretty close still though, so I think I'm going to actually have to roll it and flare the guard out. Otherwise I need to take those spacers off, and I'm definitely not taking the spacers off. But the next thing I'm going to do is I brought this. This is a factory R31 manual clutch pedal, and I brought that because the clutch pedal in my R31 doesn't quite line up with the brake pedal. I know that is an automatic brake pedal, as you can see it's been cut in half, but it doesn't line up with the clutch pedal. The clutch pedal's sitting too high. So I think the clutch pedal is actually out of like a R33 or A31 Safiro, really not sure. But have a look at what happens to the master cylinder when I push the clutch pedal, because the clutch pedal isn't actually mounted properly. There's only like 2 bolts out of the 3, so it's actually pulling on the firewall. I'll show you. So that's when I push the clutch pedal. That's shit. So that's pretty shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbolt the clutch pedal from down out of there, and I'm going to line it up with my R31 one that I've got and make sure that they're different, because hopefully they are different, and hopefully the one I've brought bolts to the firewall a shitload better than the one that's... Alright, well, I got that clutch pedal out, so they're both just sitting down there. The one that I pulled out of it does have what I can make out to be R32 written on it, so that's out of a 32. This one I got out of a 31, but whether it's originally for a 31 or not, I'm not sure. They do look pretty much the same, except for the length of the clutch pedal is a bit longer on this one. However, it still doesn't really have a third mount to bolt up to, so the third mount is there, and that's basically in the same position as this one. So I think that actually should connect to the brake pedal. So I think I needed the manual brake pedal more than anything, because I've still only got these 2 bolts here, which are the 2 bolts that bolt through the firewall and bolt into the slave cylinder. You can see in there I'm missing the bolt there. So that's a bit of a disappointment, but I'll put this one in anyway for the R31. We'll bolt those 2 bolts up there, and then I'll just have to figure out a way to line that bolt hole up with something, because it definitely needs it, because you've seen that flex on the firewall before when I was pushing the clutch pedal, and while I'm at track day I'm going to be thrashing that clutch. Alright, well, it's around about lunchtime and I finally got that clutch pedal back in there, so it's now bolted up perfectly. So it's back in there, there's no play. I've taken all the adjustment out of the rod and the clutch pedal, so it's mint as. There's 3 bolts in there, and I'll give you a slam of the clutch pedal to make sure that master cylinder isn't moving anymore. Alright, I'm going to push the pedal hard now. That's fully dropping it from the floor, so hopefully there's no movement. I can't actually see it from where I am, but hopefully it's movement, because it's going to take a punishing in 2 weeks. Alright, so what's next is another one of these K-Dub bucket seats. So like I said before, I've got that one there, and I've got the subframe for it there. I need to make that fit on the passenger side, exactly like we did on the driver's side. You can order these for specific cars, but NZ K-Dub don't have any for an R31, so I ordered it for an R32. So there'll be a bit of modifying involved, which sucks, but it'll look sick once there's 2 matching K-Dubs in there. Alright, it's 1 hour later, and here's what I've come up with. Probably a bit hard to see on the camera since they're sitting where I've painted them, but I've got a piece of box section there with a hole drilled on the front and a hole drilled on the back to space it out. And I've got this piece of steel here that I've cut this funny looking shape out of. Still drying, as you can see. I actually cut that out of that box section there. So I cut that up with a grinder, drilled the holes in it, and those will go either side of our seat subframe. So the box section will space out this bit here, because that bolt's pretty much just underneath there. There's just a gap in the middle, and the one that I've made the funny shape out of will bolt in there, and then it curves around, comes down, and it'll bolt up to there. And the front bolts, although you can't see them, it's put too dark in the camera, there's one there and one there, they actually both line up perfect. So the R32 seat subframe from NZ K-Dub is actually not a bad fit. So it's probably actually gone a lot better than the A31 Saphiro seat subframe, which is on the driver's side. So I'd feel safer in the passenger seat, to be honest, at this point, because I haven't had to touch that with a welder like I did on the other side. And we all know my welding is fairly fucking average. Alright, it's getting dark now, but push on for a couple more hours. Got that seat in there, and I'll show you the mounts. Fuck. Okay. So there's that bit of box section down there, and I've bolted it to the floor and then bolted the seat to the box section, and then there's the little bracket that we made. So I cut that up with a grinder, angle grinder with a cut-off wheel out of a piece of box section. Use nice new nuts and bolts, so it looks pretty true, and it's in there sweet as. So almost might buy another R32 one for the driver's side and do the same on that side, because that worked heaps better. We also put that clutch pedal in yesterday, so it'd be good to see that I've got the adjustment right on the throwout rod for the master cylinder from the clutch pedal through the firewall. Yeah, it'd be good to take it for a test drive today, because it just gives me next weekend to then change anything that I notice isn't quite right. I can tell you what though, this, I feel like I'm ready to do some initiating. It really is at this point. I hope I've done all the nuts and bolts up tight. Fucking steering wheel will probably fall off or something. Shit, I can even put a seatbelt sort of on. There you go. You just wrap around there, mate. Legit as fuck. Now if I crash, I'll pull the e-brake. Be like an emergency stop. Something really knocking back there. What the fuck, I think I know what that is actually. Better have a look, because there's something knocking around back there, and I wonder, did I do the top hat of the strut up? Fucking probably not, eh? What a dumb cunt. I don't know if you can see those bolts, but fuck, they look done up to me. I don't know what's knocking around harder yet. Is it this? No. There. Maybe I'll just move that shit over there. Oh yeah, you can see that top head of the strut moving up and down, so that needs attention. Nice. This is why you go for test drives. These wheels are out of balance because it's still pretty bloody shaky. The brakes feel a lot better though, so that's good. Fuck, you really got to pull that fucking e-brake. It's not exactly locking them up. Neither is. Oh, fuck off, don't do that. There's no fucking reverse, cunt. There's some mad fucking death wobble there. Fucking hope that's the tyres. Like the rim's out of balance or something. I need to turn around somewhere here, but I got no reverse, so I'm sort of gonna have to fuck up someone's lawn or something. Definitely slowing the car down, but fucking lock the back wheels up, cunt. Oh, there we go, you gotta pull. Ah, pull harder, cunt. Oh, fuck, it needs to be bolted down better. Alright, no, yeah, that works. Sweet. I just had to bolt it down better, because fucking my fixing to the floor is fairly average, but it's only got one, so that's just how average I am. So I need to fix that fucking strut up because that's banging around, so I have to take that rear strut out. I need to fix this to the floor better. Over here's not a bad position for it though. Go boy! These front wheels are out of balance, eh? Because that's fucking shit. I actually changed the rotors. One of the main reasons I changed the rotors was because there was all this wobbling going on. I thought, fuck, the rotors will just be fucked as. And they were pretty shit. But certainly there's more work needed to... Shut up! Alright, so if you're still here and new to the channel, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.